Alpha. So, today is our first episode on our Did You Know series. 4 things I have to say today. Number 1, let's talk about boat. Yeah? Did you know? I guess I'm supposed to say that first. So, that from 9 o'clock p.m. of every day, every trip you get on board is optional. For every trip you get after 9 p.m., doesn't matter if it's within your radius, it doesn't matter if it's outside your radius. The thing is, you're going to get a notification like this one, and there's going to be a statement of unsafe, and then you're going to say timing, destination, or something like that. But the main thing is every trip then is optional. Yeah. This means that if you have a problem generally using the boat app during the day, at least from 9 o'clock you have the option of using it, because every trip then is optional. You can cancel as much as you want and not get penalized, right? So let's say you use InDrive and Rider and Boat, and there's this new one, GoCab, during the day, and then in the evening you decide to also include Boat, right? Because you know that they're not going to penalize you for rejecting trips at that time. Yeah. So now, a couple of things, obviously. Boat being Boat, you know that they're going to have their sparks and brain touch. But here's the issue. Quite recently, I was using it around the same time, past 9 p.m. That's if you work till that time. And obviously, the Boat app is just inefficient, on many levels. They're quite inefficient. So even when the thing was beyond my radius, or when it's within my radius, but anything past 9 is supposed to be optional, but yet it seemed like I was rejecting so much, they forgot to also give me the option of like, oh yeah, this is also optional or something. So sometimes they actually did penalize me, even though I was operating within their parameters of optional trips. I'm just trying to say that you have that option, but I cannot say for a fact that the thing is also quite efficient. Yeah? Okay, so that's the first part. Secondly, on the Uber app, did you know? You know what? I'm not going to say that. I'll just get to the point. You can ask for a cash out. As a matter of fact, I'm not telling you what you can do. I'm telling you what you should do. Whenever Uber is running a whole lot of promotion right about now, and it differs from drivers to drivers. There's really no way to determine what kind of promotion you get as a driver. I don't know how the metrics they use to measure all of that, but I think generally speaking, the Uber app is running some kind of promo. Like for me, there's a promo about some 10 trips for 5,000 and then extra 5,000. Extra 6,000 for another 10 trips. So pretty much in any given work day, would be getting an extra 5,000 from them. So sometimes that equally goes and help just offset the commission payment. Yeah. So that's just an example. Another person's promo might be different, might even be better. So, but this is the thing. Whenever you're doing any of that, as a matter of fact, whenever you have money in there that is meant to be paid out to you, I would always suggest, especially if the money is substantial, take the payout. Okay? Don't let it, like for instance, if you have some 2,000 there, maybe you did a car trip and then somebody paid you and you weren't owing Uber before then, and then you got the money. Take that money. Take it, please. And then let the new trips sort themselves out. If you have to owe them, but you're going to be making more for yourself, because since there are all these promotions, the more you do, the chances that you're going to reach that promotion mark, and then the promotion money is still going to come and offset the commission you're owing them. I kind of lost 3,000, not doing this just quite recently, and that's why it's just in my head. Like, you better do it, man. As soon as you're just seeing the amounts there, yeah, take it. You can literally take cash out in a week. I think they have a threshold of 30,000 naira. Yeah, but chances are you're not even going to reach that threshold. Chances. It depends on the kinds of trips you take anyway. So that's your number 2. Number 3, still on the Uber app. Do you know? I said I was not going to say that. You can actually see the amount, the full amount that your customer is supposed to pay you even before you pick up the customer. What I mean is this. When on the Uber app, when you get a booking, you get to see the amount that you make after commission has been taken out. For instance, if you get a trip and then the person, or rather on the app, it's showing something like 2,000 for this trip. You know that by the end of that trip, the person is probably going to pay you something like 2,700, 2,600, something way above what was being shown, because what was being shown is your own cut after commission has been taken. Well, what I'm telling you is that you can see the actual amount that you are going to get, not before commission has been taken, like the full gross amount that you're going to get. So what you want to do is you open your Uber app, you click on this button right on the bottom right corner, and then it takes you to this page. I don't know the version of the app you're using, but whatever takes you to this page, click on it, and then you see that little way bill sitting on the bottom. Yeah, it's written in blue in my own. It might be in black or whatever theme you're using in your own. Click on the way bill. This is something you click on after you've accepted the trip. Okay, so whenever you click on the way bill, you are going to see the total amount by the time you've dropped off the person. Obviously, if the amount you're seeing there comes in certain figures and digits that looks like 19 or something, you can always round it up. So yeah, you can be able to determine how much to get from a trip. All right, and if you are the kind of person that also want to go offline, so you would already know what to expect even before the person says something. But mind you, sometimes the promotion, there are promotions, and the promotions are usually added in this thing. So sometimes it may not tally with what the customer is saying that they have to pay. Okay, so mind you. Is this the second or the third one? I think this is the third one. This is the third one. Fourth, lastly, I don't know about who else is noticing this, but I've been doing my own calculations and something doesn't add up. That's what I mean. I don't think the Uber or the Bolt app, for that matter, they're actually taking 20%. Let me give you an instance. I got a trip, and on inception it showed that I was going to get 2,010 naira from this trip. And by the end of the trip, there was no stops, there was no wasting time, so there was absolutely no presumption of like some added charges that I didn't know about. So presumably this trip went smoothly. So by the end of the trip, I looked and I saw that I got 2,800 from this trip. Now, I made my calculation. 20% of 2,800 does not give me 2,000. I also did 25%, realized it's kind of close, but it still doesn't give me 2,000. I also tried the same thing with Bolt. I had certain amount as a way of setting up my commission payment, and I expected them to take off certain amount, but then when I checked, it was a little bit more than what I had expected. Here's my theory. Might be a conspiracy theory, but a theory nonetheless. They have silently increased what you are supposed to be getting. What they're supposed to be getting in terms of commission percentage. And they feel like they can just sneak that in and nobody would know. Because that's exactly what's happening right now. I don't want you to take my word for it. Do your own calculation too. For every trip that you take, try and calculate it judiciously. Yeah? Know how much commission you have if you're using the boat app, and then see how much they took out after a certain trip, and please help us verify. This is just from one opinion, one source. Let's get your opinion on this. So, we'll talk again another time. Bye-bye.